Hey guys, it's Losing Color, local nursemaid and the inventor of purple felt skulls that you bought at Target for $2 that you are leaving up as decorations even though it's December. We're back with another video today from our little nurse-a-thon that we did. So basically we hit a little bit of a goal and we unlocked our little trapper guide. And so I would like to introduce to you a super serious 2020 amazing rank 1 nursemaid does a trapper guide. That's right, Trapper, the strongest killer in Dead by Daylight with the most accommodating power that you definitely don't have to pick up off the floor like a pour. So fun. But this guide will help you succeed in your rank 1 adventure to mastering the Trapper, the strongest killer in Dead by Daylight. Stay tuned and I hope you enjoy. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. I think that's close enough. Okay, I think I typoed a little bit. It's okay. I think that's close enough. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put that there so everybody knows. Hold on, I just need to make it better. Sorry, hold on. And then we need to, it's gonna be hard to see because that pink is really hard to see. So we're gonna make it better. Let's see, and then let's do like that. There we go. So now everybody can know that we're doing a Trapper guide. That way I can find it more easily in the VOD. So we've got our Trapper guide. Trapper guide is up and we're ready to go. So there it is. So everybody knows we're doing a Trapper guide. Everybody stay tuned. We're doing the Trapper guide next. Amazing. Remember, ! Evilicious to join the giveaway. Don't miss out. We're going to give out some Debbie Delight DLC. It's going to be amazing. Okay. So here's what we're doing. We're doing our Trapper guide and it's going to be really good.
Open your purse.
Yeah, that way everybody can see it. Okay. So I just want to introduce the Trapper. So the Trapper is Dead by Daylight's main head honcho killer, which means that he's the strongest killer. He's really, really good. He's really, really strong, and his teachable perks are amazing. Okay, I guess there's one really amazing one, and then the rest of the other two are like pretty decent. So like Trapper's rated difficulty easy. I personally believe that he's very hard because he only starts with no power. He starts with none power, and so he has to go around and pick his power up off the floor because he's poor and he doesn't have his own, so he has to basically pick his shit out of the garbage. And so because the Trapper's so poor, I think it's really hard. His best perk is called Unnerving Presents. Unnerving Presents. So basically the way that this perk works is that the Trapper is really intimidating. And so it's kind of like, you know how like you're in a meeting and like the person that you're like competing with for that job promotion is doing their presentation and they're doing really well and you start to get a little bit nervous for your presentation. And so you start like, you're sweating, you're like, oh my God, no, what if my presentation's not good enough? This is what that's about, because the Trapper's backstory is that he used to be a CEO of a Fortune 500 company, but then he had a really bad presentation. And so he ended up losing the job, unfortunately. And that's why the entity took him, because he got really sad because he lost his Fortune 500 company to somebody named Sally Smithson. Yeah, really crazy, super unfortunate. What Unnerving Presents does is survivors in your terror radius they get more skill checks, and it's small. That's math. Reduced by math. I don't know how much it's reduced by. I can't really read that. It's kind of a lot of numbers. I'm not really sure. I mean, I'm an expert. Don't get it twisted. I just don't usually need to read these things for anybody. So basically what it does is that when the survivors are in your presentation, they have trouble doing other things because like they're supposed to be focused on your presentation. And so this is a throwback to when the Trapper was like trying to present his story to everybody. And so it makes it harder to not focus. You know what I mean? Okay, and then his next perk, this one sucks. This is his worst perk. It's called Brutal Strength. And basically it just makes it so that you're able to carry more weight, but it's bugged and all the survivors have the same weight. And so it doesn't matter how strong you are, all the survivors move, like you move at the same speed no matter who you're carrying. So like normally if you were to pick up like Jeff, you would move slower than if you were to pick up a Claudette, because Claudette's so much smaller. And Brutal Strength is supposed to negate that problem because you're like so strong. but it's bugged. It doesn't work. It seems like it doesn't matter who you're carrying. You move the same speed, which I think is really weird. But honestly, yeah, she's really skinny. And so we don't really care about brutal strength because it's kind of buggy. His next perk is agitation. Basically, when you're transporting bodies, your movement speed is increased. So like when you're like, this kind of is like a throwback to when the trapper lost his job and he had to become a Lyft driver. And so like while you're driving your little entity mobile, you're able to move a lot faster. Unfortunately, this perk was added in the beta and they never got the entity mobile quite running yet. It was going to be this like really cool monorail that brings you to the other side of the map to increase the mobility of the other killers that didn't have mobility options. And so this was supposed to make the monorail run more quickly, but they couldn't get it to work. It was just a buggy mess. They ended up actually having to remove it. So this is another perk that actually doesn't do anything. And that's why I like the Trapper, is that he's like the strongest killer in the game, and he has like 2 completely useless perks. And so I really like that about him. As you can see, I'm level 1 with the Trapper. I have only 1 perk and no add-ons. I do this because he is so powerful that it doesn't really make sense to level him up. Like I already bought his perks and everything from the Dr. Entity. And so I didn't need to level him up. And honestly, it's nice to give the survivors a chance because like a level 40 plus Trapper can 4K in under 3 minutes. It's incredible. It's absolutely nutty. So I prefer to do it this way. Oh my god, Galadriel!
Really like you, bitch.
Holy shit, thank you so much! Okay. Get into your mindset. Get into your proper mindset. We need to channel big Trapper energy.
My mother left my sister and myself at a bus stop when I was 3.
Trap. Okay, we're ready. Everybody take a cleansing breath. Pixie Hat, thank you for the follow, my friend. Welcome to the Gage and welcome to the party. I appreciate your support. Thank you so much. Okay, so as you can see, we are now in at the farm map. That is terrible for us because the Trapper is not a farmer. The Trapper doesn't know how to farm, and so this is going to be a really hard match for us. So the first thing you want to do, because like he grew up in the big city, so this is the kind of like not his forte. The first thing you want to do as Trapper is you want to, much like a poor, you just want to run around and pick up all your shit off the floor, like a drunk girl on holiday. You want to walk around and pick up all the shit that you let fall out of your bag. Okay, so as you see, like we picked up the lipstick, we're kicking the generator, we're pressing W to move forward. The goal here is to not immediately start killing people because you want to spend about 20 minutes getting your power set up. Because if you don't spend 20 minutes setting your power up, it doesn't do anything. And so just keep that in mind while playing Trappers, that it's a lot of planning. It's a lot of planning, preparation. But he is the strongest killer in the game, so it's super worth it. So now we're setting up some traps. We're gonna get another traps. We're picking up our shit off the floor like a drunk girl at a party. Okay, we're headed back because I think Jake has been really trying to get this generator done. And so we're gonna go over here. We're setting up our little web, basically. We're trying to set up to have all of our gens left at the end of the match in the same area. Because that way, they have no choice, you know what I mean? So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put a trap right here. Can you do a trap here?
Hello, I need to tell you about something.
It's really worth it. So if you can get a really, oh my goodness. Oh, Galadriel, thank you so much. Okay. So what you really want to do is like spend time setting up the really powerful traps. Like you really want the strong traps set up and ready to go. Like you don't want to just like start getting downs early game, because if you don't get any traps set up, you're gonna lose. Okay, so we've got a lot of traps set up, so we're in a really good spot right now. Oh my god, that was amazing. So that's what we call the tractor tech. It's really good. Amazing. Thank you so much. Okay, so that was really good. That was really good. Oh, they just broke that. I thought they had, I thought that they had stepped in it. I had mistaken. Sorry, I forgot that the Trapper's power is so bad that the survivors can turn it off. The Trapper's power is so good that it needs to have counterplay for people to be able to turn it off. Otherwise, it's just too strong. So what I like about the Trapper's power is that not only do you have to spend 20 minutes putting it down and setting it up, you also basically have to just like constantly re-put it back down because he's like a really strong killer. He's a really strong killer, and so you always want to keep in mind that he's like incredibly powerful. And so it's really nice that he has like that counterplay for survivors. Otherwise, he would be a good killer, and that would be really bad. We don't want them to be a good killer. Or we don't want, sorry. Hi, thank you so much. That was a really easy down. It was kind of embarrassing for him. It's pretty embarrassing. That's fine. I think that Dwight might be new. He's learning, that's okay. So basically what we're doing is we're holding M1 because the Trapper's really strong. And there's not that much counterplay. Okay, so here's the deal with Trapper, and like this is what makes him so strong, is that because he doesn't have any mobility, he can't catch up to survivors that quickly. But that comes at a price. Did you see the way that the Yui walked into our trap? That was really good. That was really good. So basically what we did is that we set the trap like 100 times, and then it finally paid off for us. So now that we finally had the trap set up, we were able to actually get a snatch with it. There was no counterplay in that moment because we set it up in such a good spot. That's like the main power of Trapper, is that like when you finally are just like persistent enough, you'll eventually always get the trap. It's really strong. So what we want to do here, you never want to move your traps. Like even if they start disarming them, you never want to move your traps. You always want to keep them in the exact same spot. That way the survivors know what to expect. So that way they're more likely to walk into it. Because if they know about it, then they're more likely to step on it, I think. Oh, nice. I like that. No, that's really good. I like that so much. It's nice that the Trapper can also get like step in his own traps. I think that's like pretty spicy. Stupid. Amazing. Thank you so much. That's what we call a bait and switch. We baited them with our traps. We said, Yui, come here, my friend. There's no counterplay here. You come on down and join the party, my love. You come on down and join the party, my love. And that's how we do it. It's really good because there's no counterplay. He had no choice. What was that auto aim? That auto aim was wild and out with Nick Cannon. Okay, amazing. Thank you so much. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and down the Nancy, which should be really easy because we have a ton of mobility. Oh, we almost had her. It's okay, we can totally still get this. Amazing, thank you so much. The lack of mobility on Trapper means that they put his power's strength elsewhere. And so it's really nice because he has a super good lunge. Because the Trapper's lunge is so good, it's really easy to like get survivors with it. It's really nice. Okay, so basically, remember with Trapper, here are the reminders. Never move your traps, always keep them in the same spot, and there's no counterplay against them, and the survivors have no choice. Okay, that was really good. That was really good. Okay, we're gonna pick up this trap so we can use it to throw it at the Yui later. That was really good. Okay, so we got a Nancy, and this is really early in the game to get it down. Because the survivors don't really have, they don't really have much time in the game. Oh, I got lost. Okay, so because the survivors are down a survivor now, we've really got them where we want them. And remember, that's something you super want to worry. Okay, so she's clearly cheating. She's clearly cheating. She's clearly cheating. So she lag switched her way forward, but there's no counterplay for that. Okay, so now we've got no power. All of them have been disarmed. And the map has a lot of loops, and we have no mobility for dealing with moops or moops. We have no mobility for dealing with loops or anything like that. And so amazing, thank you so much. Yeah, so because our power is really easily counterable by eyeballs, it really puts like the pressure of Trapper like on the survivors, which I really like because he's so strong. Okay, so we've trapped the exit gate, which means that they cannot legally leave the exit gate, which I think is really powerful. It's really strong. Amazing. Amazing, thank you so much. Okay, and so now we're gonna reset the trap because it doesn't take any time at all and it's so easy and so quick. And the survivor didn't get any distance at all on us. That's the secret to Trapper, is that he's just really time efficient. You know what I mean? Like, he's just really time efficient. And that's what I really like about Trapper. Like, he doesn't take a lot of time to do stuff. His power is very much like a set it and forget it situation, which I think is really cool. Like, I think that's awesome. Okay, so that was really good from us. Okay. So that was really good on the Jake. That was a really good pallet drop. Thankfully, we have a lot of mobility options. And so we're totally fine. So as you can see, the Jake is in eyesight for us and we know where he's heading. And because we have so much mobility, we're like super easily able to catch up to him. And that's amazing for us. Amazing. And it's all that Trapper mobility. It's all the Trapper mobility that really got us that kill. It's the planning, it's the setup, it's all of that really makes him just the strongest killer in the game.
Thank you so much.
GG, I hope you learned something today. Thank you for coming to my Trapper tutorial. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for coming to my Trapper tutorial. Thank you so much. Amazing! Amazing! That was very good. So I hope you guys learned something about Trapper. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. GG easy. Honestly, I wasn't even trying. Imagine thinking that they can come for me. I was focusing on my tutorial. I was focusing on my fucking tutorial and they're gonna behave that way? They're gonna behave that way? Disgusting. Very unprofessional. Very unprofessional. We were busy making our tutorial and now their disgusting face is gonna be all over my YouTube channel, twitch.tv/trappermain4k easy peasy. Thank you so much. Are there any questions in the chat regarding Trapper gameplay? Are there any Trappers in the game that have questions? Any Trapper mains anybody in the chat that wants Trapper question mains 4Ks? How do you pick up the trap? Okay, so it's really complicated. So first, you want to get your gloves. So first, when you're queuing up for Trapper, you always want to put on your gloves first. So be sure to get your gloves on because you don't want to break a nail. And so you just want to put your gloves on, really get it going. Okay, and so now that you've got your gloves, you want to like make sure you pinch like this. Okay, so you see the trap and you pick it up by one of the spines. You see, like you just like, ooh, and then you pick it up. And then to set it, do you want me to go over that again? Do you want me to do that? I could go over that one more time. Okay. So first, you find the trap that's on the floor because you're fucking poor and you don't have your own traps. Pick it up, and then to place it, easy. Boom. That's all you have to do. Yes, I'm a Trapper main. So how does he walk? I can't get him to walk. Okay, so here's the secret with Trapper. Because he has 2 legs, you have to do both legs separately. And so what you have to do is you have to press W and 8 on your number key alternately. So like you have to do like W8, 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 W8. That's why he's so complicated, because you can't use your mouse while playing Trapper. And so like you have to alternate legs, but you have to be careful because he can't go that fast. And so if you do it too quick, he gets confused and he could trip. You never saw it because I'm a professional Trapper main and I never trip. But just keep that in mind for the next time. So, you know, left, right, left, right, left, right. It's a little bit heavy concept, but I believe in you. You can totally do this. What add-ons should I use to get 4K? Oak Honor, I think using add-ons on Trapper is really unnecessary because he's so powerful base kit. I think that he really doesn't need any add-ons or anything like that. If you want to use a crutch add-on, I mean, I've never used them. Let me see if I can get you a suggestion. You know, the padded bear trap is really good. It kind of like, it balances things out. So I always recommend the padded jaws. That one's really good. It basically makes it so that way the survivors don't get injured by your traps. It's very, very good. And so I highly recommended the padded jaws, okay? They're really good. The legs are DLC features, but it was paid DLC, but then they installed it for free later on. Say Pharaoh, thank you for the follow, my friend. Welcome to the Gage and welcome to the party. I appreciate your support. Thank you so much. Oh my god, Trapper, hi, big fan. Do you manufacture the traps for Pig? I've always wondered how she got them. Actually, yes. It's a little bit of a tumultuous business situation, but we did invent bear traps. We came up with it ourselves. And then the Pig kind of like, well, it was a little bit awkward. We met at a meet and greet at a Comic-Con, and as far as I know, she kind of just stole the schematics, and somehow with Trapper's lack of mobility, he was unable to catch up to steal the schematics back. So Amanda did steal those plans, but Trapper kind of just had to accept it because none of his traps were armed because he's a poor and he couldn't catch her. Yes, my question, how do you blink? Oh, okay. So it's this funny thing in your brain. It's like the autonomous nervous system that takes care of everything automatically, but then there's like the semi-autonomous nervous system. And so certain functions like blinking and breathing, they're automatic when you're not paying attention. But then when you want to, you just, whew. Did you need me to do that again? Okay, so you wanna, do you get it? Do you get it? It's pretty hard. It's pretty high concept. Here, hold on. I can zoom in. Okay. Oh my god, there's so many emotes on the screen. Okay, are you ready? I kind of slowed it down a little bit for you. I didn't want to make it too flashy, but I slowed it down a little bit. Can you repeat the keys again? No, I'm so sorry. I actually would prefer not to repeat myself. You can watch the Trapper guide that I'll be releasing later though. I don't want to be repeating myself all day. I would appreciate if you would just pay attention to the guide. It's very, very professional. I'm not going to criticize you or anything, but I'm just saying.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You are
so
now
much,
breathing
everyone.
manually.
So amazing. Thank you again.
Thank you for having a word with her booby baby. I really appreciate that. She really needs to pay her dues. She didn't even pay the royalty fees. The fees. When you throw the traps, do you use your left or right hand? Actually, it's ambihangerous. You could do both if you wanted to. You could do.
We could do with this emotion.
And you can
This
also
emotion.
do.
Whoa.
Do you get it?
Emotion.
Padded jaws are so OP. It's pretty wild. Assassin Volpe, thanks for buying me a drink at the club. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Did you guys like my trap har guide? My trap har guide? Did you like it? It was really good. It was a really good blink. I think so too, Etor. Thank you so much for noticing. I'm glad it helped you, Neo. Please post all of your Trapper 4Ks in my Discord channel and be sure to tag me. Hashtag losing color, hashtag intothefog. Thank you so much. Katie, hello. I hope you were able to learn something from this stream. Thank you so much. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, but what weapon for Trapper causes survivors to get hurt the most? Okay, so the default weapon is the strongest because default no perk, no add-on Trapper is the strongest. But actually, if you use this one, it actually looks a little bit like the nurse's weapon. He actually stole it from Sally. Well, he borrowed it. I'm sure she's not missing it. It's not very cute. He borrowed it from Sally and she never asked for it back. And so this weapon has the power of Sally Smithson, who is the weakest killer in the game, but it's her raw determination that makes that weapon so strong. This weapon is actually able to inflict the dying state on injured survivors, which is really powerful. So if a survivor is injured and you hit them with this weapon, as long as they don't have the enduring status effect, they will go down, which is really powerful. So if you can get this weapon, I highly recommend it. You have to make sure that you get the Auric Cell version though, because the Iridescent Shard version doesn't do the same thing. The Iridescent Shard version only inflicts the dying state if the survivor's injured, unfortunately. So do keep that in mind, okay? Just keep that in mind while, you know, managing your Trapper weapons, okay? Last question. I'm a Trapper main. I don't have him. Do I need to come to you to get him? Are you the owner? No. So Trapper is the most expensive DLC, but it's worth it because he is so fucking powerful. It actually, I mean, I don't want to brag about how much money I have, but like not that many people have Trapper because it is price prohibitive. I don't want to say how much it costs. You can find out in game because I don't like to speak money on my stream. But just be aware that Wells Fargo actually gives out small loans for Dead by Daylight specifically for this reason. So if you need it, just, you know, contact Wells Fargo, tell you that LC sent you. Tell them LC sent you. You'll be good to go, I promise. No, Wraith is free. Wraith is free, Awesome Rocks. Yeah, these are so expensive. They're actually Andrew Christian. Can you tell?